Good evening, everybody. This is Sports Universal, and I'm Ty.
I'm Steven.
And today we're going to do a kind of a different theme. We're going to have our themed videos, Trash Talking Thursday, which is just basically me. We're going to pick any team out of any sports, and we're just going to poke some fun at them, have some fun, talk trash. Not out of hatred, not out of spite, just because who y'all choose, and we do the research on it and have some fun.
Exactly. And let's get some updates in recent sports. Okay, so let's go to the NBA at the moment. The NBA, we got the playoffs that's going in the semifinals. So with that, you got the Golden State Warriors versus the New Orleans Pelicans. The Warriors are leading 2-0. Stephen Curry did return last night, in fact, to go with that. And then you got the Utah Jazz versus the Houston Rockets. The Jazz did get an upset victory last night, beat the Rockets, makes the series tied 1-1. Then you got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Toronto Raptors. The Cleveland Cavaliers did stomp the Raptors, and they are going home to their home stadium with a 2-0 lead. And then you got the Boston Celtics, which that game is at halftime at the moment, so you guys go watch that, enjoy that. But the Boston Celtics are losing 56-51, but they're leading the series 1-0. Also, another news: David Fizdale, I think that's how you say his name. He was the former Grizzlies head coach. Took you guys to the playoffs 2 years ago, I think. It was either last year, 2 years ago, whatever. And so he is the New York Knicks head coach now. And then Paul George is predicted to lead the OKC, the Oklahoma City Thunder. It just depends how the market is. He's per ESPN analyst and stuff. So he's predicted to go test the free agency, test the waters, see what happens there. Mm-hmm. Also, and now moving on to NFL. The NFL has officially declared, or the Steelers have officially declared, that Ryan Shazier will not play the 2018 season. I hope he gets better. Jason Witten has officially announced his retirement to the league. So with that, it's kind of sad. I mean,
yeah, kind of he's trying, and they're helping him out by giving him $40 million off his rookie contract because he was drafted.
Yes. Yeah, they kind of changed his contract around to get him some money. Seeing as he has worked his butt off for that team, so you look that up. But yes, he is going to not play next season. But the Steelers did flip his contract around to give him some money. So,
also, any NFL fans out there, there have been some rule changes. 10 NFL helmets have been banned from usage in the NFL. Those 10 are, I can't currently remember. I will put a link down in the description for those helmets that are being banned. Also, the kickoff is being changed again to hopefully make it less of a traumatizing thing for players.
We'll have to look into that. We didn't really get time to look into that. But it is predicted that they're going to redo the kickoff system. I know for a fact, like he was saying, that it's for safety reasons, so that's kind of why they're doing it. Because if I'm correct, is what he was saying earlier, is they're probably going to move it a little farther. Because with that, special team coaches kind of urge you not to come out of the end zone because you lose yards if you don't get to if they move it or whatever. Yeah. So like whenever it was at the 20, it's a lot easier to get past the 20, but then they added that extra 5 yards if you nail the ball down. So I'm giving it a guess. That's probably why more than likely they're going to do it, just for safety.
And for all of this stuff, if you want to keep up with the news and you're not able to watch our channel, we also post our Instagram and on our Facebook, Sports Universal Insta, and our Sports Universal Facebook page. We try to keep all these things updated if we can't make a video.
See, we try to keep everything updated. And if we do not update something in those pages, all you got to do is let us know. We try to keep it up to date as much as we can. But, we're like other people. We're kind of busy, too, sometimes. But we're going to keep it updated as much as we can, and we'll make sure to keep whatever it is. If you guys have any questions about something and you're not sure about it, let us know, and we will surely look it up, and we will research. We'll find whatever we got to find. Also, this channel, any sports you guys want us to do, it don't matter how crazy the sport is. It can be lacrosse. We will do the sport. You let us know, we will do it. That is
we'll do our research. We'll give it all we got, and just to make you happy, because Sports Universal, that's all sports. And
exactly. It's not supposed to be NFL, NBA, MLB. It's supposed to be everything you guys can think of. So that's kind of the goal of this channel. All right.
Okay.
So trash talking Thursdays.
Today we're deciding to do the New England Patriots because we asked around and the popular vote was the New England Patriots. Now, also on Friday, we are going to have Fill In Fantastic Friday, which is going to be the opposite and talking good about said team. So, Friday, we will have Fill In Fantastic Friday, New England Patriots.
You know, it's kind of a change up,
Yeah.
of something different. Because lots of sports channels, it's the same old, same old. We're trying to make it kind of versatile, make it different. So it's something that's kind of fun. Whether you are a Patriots fan or you just hate the Patriots.
And
if you hate them, then you love this. If you love them, then you hate us.
And this video, and like I said, we're going to be doing this for any team that anyone suggests. It's not because we hate the Patriots. It's not because we hate everything about the organization. It's just, this was the video given. We're going to do research, and we're going to give our opinion. We're not trying to be biased or anything. We're just stating what we think. If you are upset, we're sorry, but we don't mean you no harm.
No. Listen, you guys obviously can see I'm a Cowboys fan. But if you guys want us to do a video, we will trash the Cowboys like we will trash the Patriots.
Yeah.
We're not going to be biased no matter what the team. We are going to be completely 100% honest about what is wrong with every team and what needs to be fixed in the problems with it. That's the goal. So, no. Being biased, we're not going to do that. We're not like that.
And to start off the video, let's start at the very core of what what teams would call the core of a team, the quarterback position. And you can go that on several different ways. If you look at the initial roster of the Patriots, you have Tom Brady, who confirmed he will play for the 2018 season, and you have Brian Hoyer at backup.
Well, I mean, seeing as Brian Hoyer hasn't done anything in a while, I think it's dumb. They signed him to a 3-year deal. Yes, Tom Brady does not really get hurt. He hardly has ever been hurt in his career in the NFL. So, yeah, I kind of see where signing him might be. It's just to fill a hole. But the fact that they traded Jimmy Garoppolo for a second-round pick when they could have got a first, and I wouldn't even trade him for a first, just for the fact that he is a franchise quarterback. He did show that in San Francisco. And if you want to doubt him and say no, he's not a good quarterback. He started 6 or 7 games. Listen, that team does not have a lot of playmakers.
Yeah.
And the fact that he did not lose a single game in that whole time he was starting, that puts a lot on him.
Yes.
And he wasn't expected to play because the rookie they drafted.
Brady's suspension. And also, I would Jacoby Brissett was also traded away to the Indianapolis Colts.
Exactly.
Now, I will give one props in saying that they did draft a quarterback. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head.
That's what
but there is some fallacy, but that will fall more into Friday's video.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like, I think, and I'm going back on this with the draft or whatever, I think Lamar Jackson was the best pick for him because he is honestly one of the best in my opinion, was a top quarterback in that draft. I mean, so they had a bunch of chances, a couple chances to get him. They didn't get him, and so I think that was dumb. I mean, it was just not a smart pick at all.
But that's for the quarterback position.
Yeah.
And to kind of sum it up, we're going to, instead of going in each individual position and each individual player, because this video would go on for hours and hours on end, we're just going to kind of sum up the position, maybe call out a few highlight players.
Yeah.
So next would be the running back position.
Well, they lost Deion Lewis,
Yes, they lost one of their most versatile and recently successful running backs.
With losing him, it's,
They also lost Rex Burkhead to the Cincinnati Bengals, if I'm correct. And
I don't think that.
And if I'm correct, they have Jeremy Hill, correct?
I think so, yeah.
He's not doing horrible. He is not the all-star runner that he was promised to be, but the running back court, there's not a lot of depth on the running back position. There's just a bunch of scat backs and some older power backs in their the roster.
Well, I mean, honestly, Deion Lewis was really good. He was successful. He wasn't a bad running back. So it's kind of like, no, I did look up. They do have Rex Burkhead still. They do. He came, I think, from Cincinnati, actually. But, losing him. And then also something in the Super Bowl, going back to the Super Bowl.
He won you that Super Bowl.
Malcolm Butler, man, I mean, he's a good corner. And they really did mess themselves up because that was bad. If you watched the Super Bowl, the defense on
Yes.
the Patriots was pretty bad
The
on their
Patriots were
corners and
not the
secondary.
Patriots that everyone expected to
No,
be.
because Malcolm Butler is, whether you like him or you don't, was a starter in that defense. So you have to uh, look at it, and that was a bad part on the coaching staff.
But we'll get to coaching in the organization like office later on in video.
Yeah, exactly. Also, offensive linemen. They did draft offense in the draft. I
Yes.
don't, but losing a vet, Nate Solinger, was a pain in the butt because that's a tough shot. That's a shot to the foot.
Yes,
He's one of
especially
the
because he
best.
was protecting Brady's blind side.
Yeah.
And when you lose a veteran that has proven himself, it's very difficult to know, hey, is this rookie going to take over just as well? Or it's there's mystery. You do not know exactly. And losing Nate Soldier was a very big blow to that offense.
It was. Putting a rookie in that spot, it's not as big as like a quarterback, running back type. You don't have as much on you, but you're still putting a rookie
Yes.
against some of the best pass rushers in the NFL. And being quick on the outside as a tackle, is a very big thing. So, losing him did a lot for him.
Next, we're going to be grouping up the receiving corps with tight end and receiver just to save time.
Well,
Yes.
Rob Gronkowski did announce he would play
Yes.
this next upcoming season.
But there's been doubts over Rob Gronkowski's future plans with the Patriots since this season, especially. No one knew if he was going to retire or not or continue playing with the injuries that he's been taking over his career. We don't know exactly how well he's going to play out. When healthy, a very fabulous player and can perform, but behind him there is not much depth. And for receivers, they're mainly slot receivers. There's no powerhouse number one starting receiver.
Well, no, if you look at it, Gronkowski is probably their best receiver at the moment being. Yeah, they did get receiver in the draft, but remember, the thing is a rookie receiver, of course, they can be a star, but it's a lot of pressure at that. So having a decent running game and other receivers that can catch the ball, and you do have Rob Gronkowski, one of the best ever as a tight end, agreed, but you have to think, if they don't get some type of running game going and they don't relieve some pressure off that rookie receiver, then it's going to be kind of tough for him to shine like you want him to.
Yes.
Whether he shines or he doesn't. It's going to take a little bit, but you have to relieve pressure off of him.
Now, on flipping the side of the ball, we're going to talk over the defensive line. In recent news, the Patriots did decline Danny Shelton's fifth-year option, and their end, last name Brown, I think Jamal Brown, I could be wrong, but they declined his option as well. So they do not have any intentions for those players, and they are both defensive tackles. Brown can play at end as well, so their line is weak at the moment. They do not have a strong D line to help counter offenses.
Well, let me ask you a question, all right? So, in your personal opinion, why do you think the New England Patriots traded for Danny Shelton if the plans were to decline his fifth-year option?
I do not know because Danny Shelton is still young. He hasn't produced as much as predicted, but he is still young, and that's a huge plus. And he does hold the NFL bench press record, so he does have strength behind him.
Yeah, he's very strong. He is.
And I just think it wasn't the smartest to trade for Danny Shelton, only to acquire him for a year and then decline his rookie contract. But that's just my personal take. Next, we are going to go over the secondary, starting off at corners. You have Malcolm Butler, who is no longer on the team and was let go.
And he's playing for the Tennessee Titans now.
Yes.
He got a very nice contract, if you guys did not know that.
And then the top corner is Stephon Gilmore.
Which is all right.
Yes, he is doing the job well so far, but beside him, there is no real depth at secondary. How would you take the safety position?
Personally, what do they have? Patrick Chung, right?
Yes.
So he's not bad. Age is, he's going to get up in age eventually. He's getting up there. So you're going to have to kind of get some youth in that secondary, especially releasing Malcolm Butler and him not being on the team anymore. Youth is a big thing. It is also being a vet. Something I did forget to tell you in the beginning, actually, Terrence Newman, the oldest corner in the draft, in the NFL at the moment, did sign another one-year contract for the Minnesota Vikings. So he will play at age 39 at corner, which is really crazy for a skill position.
Yes.
He will play one more year. He's going to try to get himself that Super Bowl ring that he wants. I think that's the biggest reason he is signing. And one more thing, Shane Ray of the Denver Broncos, outside linebacker. The Broncos did decline his, I think it's
Fifth-year option.
Fifth-year option for this next upcoming season. So he will no longer be with the NFL team, the Denver Broncos. Okay, so we go back to the Patriots.
Back to the Patriots.
Forgot that.
It's kind of just a general issue that there might be one or two star players on that secondary, but there's no real depth behind it.
No.
And that's what really can kill a team because no cornerback has enough endurance to take every play when you're facing such high caliber offenses in the run game and passing game. So they need more depth, and Patriots is getting the job done. Same thing with Stephon Gilmore. But I do not count them as top-tier secondary players yet. They need more depth.
I mean, listen, if you look at the division they play in, you got the Jets, Bills, and
you have the Jets, Bills, and mind blank. If I believe right, the Dolphins.
Yes, okay.
The Dolphins.
So listen, look at the upcoming season. The Buffalo Bills, one of the worst wide receiver core team in the league, receiving wise.
Yes.
And then the Jets don't have a lot of experience. The Patriots, in my opinion, kind of have it easy.
Yes, they have an easy division, so their secondary can be weaker.
Because some teams that are bad have good receivers, like the Bucks. But these teams that they are playing against do not have a lot of good receivers on their team.
Yes.
So they play these teams twice a year. That's six times they get to play these teams. So their secondary necessarily don't have to be the best against these teams. Whoever their upcoming schedule is, they're probably going to play teams like the Falcons,
yes.
Steelers, and those are teams
those are teams that have viable receiving cores and can do serious damage against even top-tier secondaries.
Exactly. So you got to watch. It's even though you don't have the biggest, toughest division in the world, you still have to watch out for later in the future or other teams you play. Like eventually, those teams are going to get receivers that are very good, and they're going to play well. They're going to be top tier receivers. So you got to watch out for your future.
Okay, and the last position that is on the physical team is going to be the linebackers, and they have James Harrison at right outside linebacker. And middle linebacker, I believe they have Deontay Hightower. And do you remember who their left outside linebacker is, Steven, by chance?
Who their left outside? Okay, so you said
the left outside linebacker. I think it's something Gerard Mayo.
Isn't it? But isn't it Jamie Collins?
No, that's for the Browns. He was for.
Okay.
But on the whole linebacker core, there is a lot of age. There is a lot of experience, if I remember correctly.
Also, no, James Harrison did retire.
James Harrison did, in fact. So there is a hole at right outside linebacker.
Their linebacker core, there is quite a few holes. You have to try to fill those holes in the time being because the season's about to start in a couple months.
Yeah.
So to fill those holes, you need.
The comparison I would say is your offense is high-powered for the Patriots, and then your defense is the equivalent of trash cans, as in you can easily go through it with a good offense because there's not a lot of depth and there's not a top-tier skill positions everywhere.
Listen, if you play a team with a good offensive line, such as like the Raiders, and them having Marshawn Lynch, they're going to run through your defensive line. Just because you don't have very good tackles, they're going to bust your defensive line up. They're going to run for a lot of yards. They're going to make the team look terrible on defense because you don't have that defensive line. Defensive line is a very important position to any team.
Well, if you take a team that has a really good receiving core like the Steelers, for instance, Antonio Brown is going to take advantage of the weak secondary and go nuts. Or the Falcons, Julio Jones is going to have a field day and just go nuts with that.
Exactly.
And now, for a more interesting topic, is the coaching staff or the organization, like ownership and etc. You have Matt Patricia who left, so there's a huge hole on the defense, not just physical players, but as a mindset of who's in charge of defense, because Matt Patricia was a mastermind on defense, but he is no longer there.
Exactly. You look at it like that, like you were saying, Matt Patricia he's a magician. That's why that defense was so good, even with some holes. And then he had a lot to work with. See, now you have a lot of holes on the defense. People have left, and then you lost your defensive coordinator. So with the fact that a lot of people have left, retires, and people are retiring, now you don't have Matt Patricia, who was a great defense coordinator. He was a magician on that side of the ball.
And the offensive coordinator, I cannot remember his name off my head, but he was predicted to leave to become a head coach in Indianapolis, I believe.
He was. He pulled his way out of that. And
after he agreed that he would be leaving, Bill Belichick did agree, tell him, hey, stay so you can potentially become head coach. But it almost became that offensive coordinator would have left, defensive coordinator would have left, and caused a lot of turmoil inside the Patriots.
So that's a good thing he didn't leave, because that would have been...
and now if we go up a step, we have Bill Belichick, the actual coach. And before anyone gets upset, Bill Belichick is a mastermind of a coach. But I will say, if you've been keeping up with recent news, there's been a lot of tension between Bill Belichick, the head coach, Robert Kraft, the owner of the team, and Tom Brady, the quarterback for the team.
Right. I mean, listen, it's kind of hard to communicate whenever you guys aren't seeing eye to eye. In the NFL, it's a business and it's an organization, and with that, you have to. Money's a big thing. So if you guys aren't seeing eye to eye and stuff's not going right and you're arguing, then you guys need to get together, because you can mess up a lot with your organization.
And some of this stuff has already happened, and some of it has been disproven, and some of it has been proven. But I will quickly go down of the tension between Brady, Belichick, and Kraft. So whenever the Patriots have Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett behind Tom Brady, and Brady got hurt, we all saw how good Jimmy Garoppolo... Yeah, suspended, my bad. But we saw Jimmy Garoppolo play, and we all saw how amazing he was going to be, potentially the franchise quarterback for the New England Patriots. Rumor has it that Tom Brady was worried about being replaced by Jimmy Garoppolo because Bill Belichick, as history has shown, loves to trade players that have roughly 2 to 3 years left in their team lifespan to another team. So Belichick wanted to trade Brady and let Jimmy Garoppolo stay, but Robert Kraft intervened and said, no, you're not trading Tom Brady. You are going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett.
It is a rumor, but I could see that. I really could. That'd be something Bill Belichick would do. I do agree that Robert Kraft was kind of wrong trading Jimmy Garoppolo. Literally the future of the NFL. Got one of the biggest contracts in the NFL. I think it's crazy. Also, Matt Ryan did sign a 4-year, $30 million extension with the Atlanta Falcons today to make him a record-breaking contract now.
As goes with most quarterbacks. One breaks a record, then another one breaks a record. But
it's been crazy.
But it's good that Atlanta did sign him to a longer-term deal. Yeah. But back on the issue, the main issue is Robert Kraft sees Tom Brady as his son, basically. And that's good to some degree, but the team is basically built around Tom Brady, the 40-year-old quarterback who wants to play another 5 years.
In all honesty, it's probably not going to happen.
Yes.
You got to think all the abuse anybody gets, and then you lose your left tackle, and that, or you lose your tackle, and then you got a rookie there. So now, kind of gives you, if he takes too many hits, he's going to hurt.
And it comes down to the issue that Bill Belichick, agree or disagree, was responsible for the New England Patriots becoming the dynasty they are today. You can say, oh, Bill Belichick didn't do it by himself. If not, he had a major role playing with it. And if the man created his team, he has a responsibility to keep it successful or bad. And I've seen some crazy videos, and there is some merit to this, that Bill Belichick did in fact throw Super Bowl 52. The reason being is because he felt betrayed by Robert Kraft. And if you watch the video, Bill Belichick is nowhere on the field helping his team. There's moments where Tom Brady looks away from Bill Belichick, worried to look at him, because Bill Belichick is one of the most aggressive coaches when it comes to bad calls or something. And agree or disagree, there was a lot of questionable calls in that Super Bowl, but Bill Belichick never questioned them. He never tried. He looked defeated. He looked like he did not care. With the also benching of Malcolm Butler, the greatest star on defense.
I mean, yeah, he was their best corner. So you listen, the pair of Stephon Gilmore and Malcolm Butler was like you were thinking, boom, that is the secondary of the Patriots for years to come. But then that happened, and then he got benched. Then he didn't like that, and he just had disagreements with Bill Belichick. They cut him. He goes signs 3 years, a big contract with the Titans. The future of the secondary has kind of crumbled.
It's in question.
It is. I mean, Stephon Gilmore's still good, but he needs a second guy on the other side. It's kind of like the A.J. Boye, Jalen Ramsey.
Yes. They work together. A cornerback can't just let himself. He can't just be dominant by himself like Patrick Peterson. Very good corner, but the Cardinals secondary is horrible because he can't hold the weight by himself.
No, I mean they did play good on defense, but other than secondary with Patrick Peterson, and then Honey Badger leaving, you know, man. You guys don't know. It's what's
Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu, that's who he is. Him leaving now, it's kind of Patrick Peterson's secondary, who's your best safety. You're kind of in a bind.
Oh, but to get back on the Patriots, the overall issue, besides players, is you have a owner, a coach who has done the majority of the work for the franchise, and a quarterback who is 40, wanting to play till he's 45, not agreeing. And when they agree, amazing things happen, and the Patriots becoming a successful team. But when they are disagreeing, tensions start going, and it looks crumbling. It looks bad.
The fact that they won 5 Super Bowls in past over almost 2 decades, you know, it's crazy.
Yes.
But every dynasty eventually comes
end.
to an end. And that's sad to say because the Patriots are good. But you guys, thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm Steven.
I'm Ty.
And this is Sports Universal. Like, subscribe, comment your opinions, and let us know for next week who we should do for this. And, you know, we will do it, and it can be any team. Let us know whatever sports you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just like, subscribe, comment, and tell us in the comments section what you would like. And let's try to get 50 likes on this video.
Oh, yeah.
That's our goal. And thank you guys. We love you guys. Everything you do is for you guys. You guys have a wonderful night and have a great weekend. Goodbye.
Peace out.